Hey, I'm Dan Williams, welcome along and welcome to Bayt Stadium. This is where it will all kick off in a little over a year from now. Qatar 2022 will become a reality. The World Cup, the first World Cup in the Middle East, the second World Cup in Asia. And let me give you a bit of a tour here. This stadium is about to be inaugurated for the FIFA Arab Cup. That's about to happen. But let me just show you what this stadium is all about. This is a 60,000 seater stadium. You probably can't see it so well here, but the structure is made to look like a tent. You can see the roof structure up there. It's quite incredible. You probably don't see quite the detail up by the top elements there, but it's kind of a tent kind of fabric that kind of lines this stadium. And this, as I say, 60,000 people will crowd into this stadium for the World Cup itself just over a year from now. Now, the one other interesting element of this stadium is that these top two rows are going to be completely taken away at the conclusion of the 2022 World Cup. Why? Well, Qatar doesn't need 8 stadiums, and certainly they don't need 8 mega stadiums. So these top two tiers will be completely taken away, and they're going to be donated, we're told, by organisers to developing countries for their own sporting infrastructure. So what do you do with these huge structures once this World Cup comes to an end? Well, this stadium will actually become a hotel. You can see here the various different rooms. They've already got numbers on there. This will be I assume the reception area. See if this door's open. Here we go. And you can see in here, there's the box. So it can be for the World Cup, it will be a viewing box and a VIP lounge. And then here you can see there'll also be a hotel room eventually. And you can see the bathroom and everything else all ready to go. Okay, so to find out a little bit more about the Bayt Stadium and how this one particularly works, so just introduce yourself.
Engineer Mohammed Ahmed, the project manager from the Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy at Bayt Stadium.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about this particular stadium. What makes this so special?
This one, it goes by the design, by the name Bayt Stadium, which is the Bedouin tent. Started reflecting the history, the culture, the uniqueness of the design itself, from outside and inside, to the saddle pattern, to the unique facility we have in the stadium. So it's one of the project that you build once in your lifetime.
And just tell me a little bit about the hotel element, and what happens next to this stadium.
So we have the skyboxes in the middle tier, 96 skyboxes. All of them will be converted to hotel room, 5-star hotel room in Legacy, to benefit, so the stadium can be operationally sustainable in Legacy rather than being just a one-off stadium that need to be operated by funding from the government.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now this is inside one of the changing rooms in Bayt Stadium, and as you can see, it looks pretty special as well. This is where one of the teams will prepare themselves for that opening game of that Qatar 2022 World Cup. Well, I'm now standing in the Ras Abu Abud Stadium. Now this is an altogether different prospect. We saw in the last stadium, Bayt Stadium, that they're already looking at ways to make sure that it has a life after being a World Cup stadium, turning into a shopping centre, turning into a hotel, and having a reduced capacity. This one, well, it won't be here after the Qatar World Cup. Organisers plan to dismantle this stadium and ship it off to somewhere else. Another place that perhaps could do with a stadium, developing country perhaps, and it will then be put back together and it will serve as a life after the FIFA World Cup somewhere else. So if we give you a bit of a tour of this stadium, this is the pitch. It's getting ready for the FIFA Arab Cup, which is due to take place at the end of the month. So you see some banners going up around for that. But essentially you can see just above that goal mouth there the different shipping containers. It's a key element of this stadium, especially from the outside. You see those shipping containers from far away, and that is all part of the design, the construct that means that it can be like a Lego set, if you like, a construction set, popped apart and reassembled in another corner of the globe. And that's the plan for organisers of this World Cup. This stadium is not needed after Qatar 2022, so it's been built specifically for that process. And then after that, it isn't required. Qatar does not need 8 huge mega stadiums, so it will be, the plan with this stadium was always to just have something temporary that meets all the FIFA requirements, and once it served that purpose, in order to make sure that the money isn't completely wasted, then the design was all about giving it, donating it, according to organisers, to another country where it can then be live a life long after the FIFA World Cup.